welcome to the latest edition of the Accelerate podcast running shorts. Today I'm just going to very briefly introduce you to a new service that the store and Accelerate Physio and Coaching are going to be offering, which is running movement and gait analysis. The whole purpose of this is to come along to the store or to the centre. We're going to video you using Dartfish gait analysis software or movement analysis software, and basically work with you and show you areas that you could either improve your running technique and movement, or perhaps it may be that you need to look at areas of strength, or it could be that maybe we need a physio or a podiatrist involved for further information. It's here for anybody and everyone. We're actually very, very excited about it because it's something we do all the time, whether it's with team athletes or individual runners that just come to see us, and it's, like I say, for every single ability out there and level of experience. Lots and lots of takeaways from it, but more importantly, it's signposting areas that you can go away, think about, and decide whether you wish to improve. As you can see behind me, we've got Andy, and he's coming up right after this. He specifically came along to explore the difference between his everyday running shoes and the impact his carbon shoes were having on his movement. I think a lot of us will be quite interested in the outcome of that. So stay tuned, see what Andy has to say. We'll catch you later. Hey Andy, welcome.
Good afternoon, Stuart. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good.
Another podcast. We've got you back.
I'm back again. Scary times.
Your request this time.
It is. I wanted to be a guinea pig for some strange reason.
It is.
So
what is it you wanted to do today?
Well, there was an offer of checking what my gait analysis is with a little bit of a few tweaks. And for me, it's looking at how I can become more efficient and be able to utilise that and get some power out and complete marathons comfortably and functionally, and improve times and things, etc.
Okay. I also noticed you brought your racing shoes with you.
Yes.
A pair of your racing shoes with you.
Yep. So we can try and compare how I run in normal super trainers or daily trainers and how they differ from carbon shoes, because I think they differ quite a bit. We should find out.
We'll find out in a minute. I suspect you're probably right.
Yeah.
Okay, for those that are perhaps sitting there a little bit, well, I didn't know Accelerate did this. In conjunction with the Accelerate Physio Centre, Physio and Coaching Centre, get it right, Stuart, how long have you worked here for? Good God, man. The Accelerate Physio and Coaching Centre, one of the services that we offer is a gait and movement analysis. This can lead into a more in-depth gait analysis with some medical background and biomechanics background with Colin Papworth, and he's a whiz at that sort of stuff, as you know. But for a lot of people, it's more a case of I want a better idea of how I'm moving, what that looks like, what maybe it does look like, or could look like, and what are the other factors I need to consider. And obviously for us, a lot of that is mobility and strength. So yeah, absolutely, that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to look through those things, and then obviously, hopefully, we'll be able to give you some indications of where you need to head, and what you perhaps need to consider through all of that. And then I'm really interested in to see how your carbon shoes will impact, particularly you personally. It's certainly not something I encourage the athletes I work with to train in too often.
But obviously, I only, like I say, with carbon shoes, I probably go out in them once a week now, just to do a fast interval sort of tempo session to get used to the feel. But because normal long runs are done in shoes like this, and I save them primarily for my marathon races or half marathons, because again, it's unknown what the injury is caused by the overuse of them yet. Nobody knows, because they're a developing entity all the time. Every few months they brought the next best thing out. What I brought there today is my race shoes and possibly the shoe of the shoe that's going to take the title of shoe of the year, I think, this year.
Okay.
The ASICS one, compared to what
Well, we'll do that.
The lovely Nike people.
We'll do that in the later year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Okay, I think what will be quite good is a little bit of background. So, how many days a week do you train?
I run 6 days a week and strength and condition twice a week.
Okay, that's good. Are you doing any mobility work at all?
Not as much as I should do. That means equals I go to the physio and massage more regularly than most people do.
Okay, so if you're obviously already doing some strength work, what might be quite good as well with this is see if there's any areas that you can either add or you can perhaps have a little bit more focus on with your strength, obviously with your strength coaches. So really that's what that's all about. Okay, I think we should
crack on.
Crack on,
as they say.
Right, let's go. Wow, that was interesting.
It's very interesting. Like I said, Stuart, you've probably guessed it. With a certain
Guessed it. I've got the evidence.
Got the evidence.
What was your? Obviously, you've just gone through a process. What's your biggest takeaway, ignoring the comparison of shoes?
The extra work I've got to do on my mechanics to improve the use of my shoes that I want to do, and it is just to improve my running, to make it reduce the amount of injuries.
Yeah. So we've potentially identified, haven't we, that there's some small strength issues that you can add those into your current program. You're also going to talk to your strength coach about 2 leg into 1 leg with some of the activation work that you're doing, and then we've also talked about is actually trying to get a bit more speed and strength through your hip flexors, but that's got to be supported by obviously glutes always. I think hamstrings, and there's a little bit of sink at mid stance, which again I think strength wise compared to where you were 6 months ago, the work that you've done to bring that through, credit's great. You can see the change. And then torso wise, lovely posture, but if you could use your shoulders a bit more when you swing your arms, that'd be amazing, instead of actually having that little bit of swing through your torso. So if we can literally just get that going, I think that will actually help as well with that engine. Interesting, the carbon shoes.
Very interesting.
So we've actually got a nice still of that for everybody. Go on, tell everybody what we can see.
Well,
I think you knew, didn't you?
I knew straight away, without even having a photo taken, because it's with the carbon shoes. I've always found it changes the way I run. It tips me from the hips forward, and it's there in the photo. It's there and the evidence is there and with the carbon shoes, I've had an inkling always that the shoes are faster than my legs.
Which comes back to what we said before we saw you in the carbon shoes on this, that we need to get you a little bit stronger, and particularly that if you like, imagine when you're leaving the ground, when you push to get that foot through
faster,
obviously into your knee in front, drive your knee, that's got to be quicker. And like you say, what it looks like is the carbon shoes ping you off the floor, and then everything else goes, whoa, how fast?
Your body's playing, I've got to play catch up now, hang on. And
so you're not responding to the shoe enough.
You're responding to the environment around the shoe, you're not working in conjunction with the shoe. That's what I was with the Hyper Monsters I got on.
Much smoother. Smoother.
But I think with the Carmen shoes, I've always said they are an entity that want to do what they want, and you've got to try and go with it.
It's like it's controlling you more.
With normal daily trainers or super trainers, as some are known as now, you feel you are in more control over those. It's much easier.
I mean, the only caveat I would give to this is we didn't quite get you up to your normal racing speed. So I suspect if we had went to normal racing speed, this would probably be, I would hope, not quite so obvious, but then we wanted to make it obvious. But you were running quicker in the carbon shoe on the treadmill. We set it higher speed than obviously a normal training pace. For me, there's nothing here you can't change.
No, that's the positive I can take away from it. I know the bits I've got to work on, and I know, like you said, Stuart, what bits to emphasise to work on, and it's just a work in process, just to change the way I work with certain shoes.
Yes, but for me, the real positive takeaways in your daily training shoe: good posture. Actually, your drive through was good, but yes, we can improve it. Your actual landing position was very good. It was virtually underneath you. There's a little bit more to come, but also with the knee drive, we had some extension below the knee with that lower limb, and also that enabled a nice clean pull back through. And actually, compared to where I saw you about 6 months ago, you looked a lot more comfortable.
Yes.
You looked happier with your running there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit happier.
A little bit apprehensive, but you looked happier with your running. So I think if it was me as a coach, I suggest you talk to your guys. I would probably, for short term, stay out your carbon shoes, even for that once every 2 to 3 week session. Get this sorted with your daily shoes. No reason why you can't wear lighter shoes for your tempo and your speed, is there? And then drop back into these, and it'd be good to have another look.
Yeah, I think that's the positive I can say. Carbon shoes, as we've all agreed, they are erase day things. Leave them. Leave them alone.
You like playing.
I do like playing, like experimenting, because that's how my brain works. But it's now I can see my experimentations, how I can then experiment with the shoes, see how I can alter myself, the posture, the whole strength of myself, to work in conjunction better with those to achieve better gains across all the running.
So really, actually, despite the fact that we could argue you've had a few things you knew confirmed, I think you've probably, that's better than I expected in the daily shoe.
The daily shoe is much better than expected.
So that's actually probably more positives here than, and just
I'm not taking any negatives away, to be honest.
It's all opportunities.
It is. It's the opportunity to change things and improve things. So for me, there's no negative at all. For me, it's like, right, this is what I've got, this is what I've got to work with, this is what I've got to improve. And then look at it again, like saying 5-6 weeks time, right, what can improve again? I've always said it's a learning process all the way through.
Anyway, I think 6 weeks time we should have another look.
Yeah, no problems at all.
That'd be interesting. And I think as much as possible, if we can, keep to the same shoes.
Yep.
Assuming you haven't kicked the backside out of your arms in that time, all the mileage that you
There's a few miles in
I think there's a few miles in those. And then let's have another look and just see what's happening. But yeah, definitely some good key takeaways, and there's a lot there that's positive.
Yep.
And it's just getting in the detail to say, well, okay, what else can I do to improve?
Absolutely.
I think that's the key to this, and that's the whole idea of what we're trying to do. And as I say, you're more than welcome to give us a shout on some of the strength stuff.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
We can work with your coach on that, and just shout, and you know that.
Fantastic, Stu. Yeah, brilliant, thank you.
Helpful?
Yes, very much so.
Well, thanks for coming across.
No, it's all right.
Being a guinea pig.
I don't mind being a guinea pig.
Yeah, you're not very furry for a guinea pig.
Well, like Dr. Evil's cat.
And
that's the one.
And actually thought of it like that.
Can't remember the name of them cats that have got no hair. I'm one of those.
Yep. So there we have it, folks. Movement and gait analysis. And if you would like a free movement and gait analysis from the 2nd to the 4th of May, get yourself booked in. We'll put a link below the video. Okay, follow the link, book yourself in. It's your running kit, a camera or a video camera, a little bit of analysis and a chat around what you're doing, and let's see what we can do to actually help you to move your running forward. And normal cost, if you can't make it, will be a £25. But hey, what the heck, it's free. Yeah, get in there. Let's be having some of that.
If it's free, you do it.
I said at 25 quid. It's a bargain,
it's a bargain, to be fair.
So we'll leave it with you, folks. We'll put the details below. And once again, Andy, thanks very much.
Thanks, Stuart.
Look forward to seeing how you're getting on.
Yep.
And we'll see you in 6 weeks. Thanks, folks. See you soon.